So we're sitting here right now with Joel De Jesus, one of the finalists for the Doritos commercial that got ran during Super Bowl weekend. So I hear you from the East Coast.
Yes, yes.
You're one of the 4 finalists, right? There was 4 finalists, or was it 6 finalists?
6 finalists.
But 4 of them got played during Super Bowl weekend.
Right.
Okay, and then you came in at number 2.
Yes.
You won 25 G's.
Right.
You got an all-paid expense trip to Miami.
Right, right.
What I want to know first is, what did you do with the 25 G's?
25,000. I put a decent portion of that to fund the projects that I was working on before I did this whole Doritos thing.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually working on some shorts that I'm submitting to film festivals this year.
Oh, wow.
And I had to put those on the back burner because of funding and time and all that. So now I have funding.
Now you have funding for it.
So.
And then we went to Miami. Did you party with everybody? Or you just go to the game and that was it?
I just went to the game, that was it.
You didn't party?
Yes, I did. Every day.
The whole weekend?
Every day, the whole weekend.
What was the best party you went to?
There was an Akon and Mary J. Blige party at right across from the hotel that we were at. And then after that, it was funny because they all came to our hotel. And then after that, there was an MMA. I don't follow UFC fighting, but apparently they had a UFC MMA type fighting, and all the fighters were also staying at our hotel. They had a private party that we got invited to at the lounge. That was nice.
Wow, so you had a lot of fun.
Right, yeah.
So let's talk about the commercial. Where did the concept come from?
I wanted to use a concept that everyone across the board can relate to. And it's all the different unexpected things that can happen on that first day. And in this situation, you know, we got the gentleman, you know, tries to be the romantic guy, show up with the flowers and whatnot. And he doesn't know that she's a single mother, and, you know, she has a 4-year-old son who's very overprotective. And that's, you know, we all have mothers. You know, we've all been, every man at one time has been that little boy that's, you know, very protective of his mother. So, you know, everybody can relate to that. And he definitely, though he's just 4, he still stepped up to the plate and let him know that he's still the man of the house.
Right.
And gave him the rules, broke it down.
And slapped him.
Taste out of his mouth.
Now, you know everybody been talking about this, all of the internet, all the country. A whole big old controversy behind the young black guy and how he's been portrayed.
Right.
You know, the whole stereotypes. You're going to portray a little black boy and you're going to make everybody think it's okay for a little black boy to slap another person.
Right.
How'd you feel about that?
Well, first, I wasn't even amused that it even got that much buzz.
Right.
But for most of the people out in the world don't really know it because they're not filmmakers.
Right.
But when you do something, especially in this comedic base, for comedic purposes, you see it in movies all the time. You exaggerate reality for the sake of comedy. You know, of course, we would never want, you know, our children, a child that small, you know, smacking people that, you know, but for comedic purposes in TV, it's funny. You know, when you see, you know, they did a Snickers commercial, you know, you saw a 90-some-year-old lady, you know, getting hammered, you know, tackled. That would be a tragedy, you know, in real life. But on TV, during the Super Bowl, it was funny. It actually made #1, you know. So it's just for comedic purposes. You gotta be able to take a joke. You know, if you look too much into it, I don't know what to say. It's just a commercial.
But did you second guess it once you put it out? Were you like, dang?
No, never. No, never. No, because I was like, you know, if people really pay that, you know, dissect a commercial during the Super Bowl, you know, it's a violent sport. You know, guys bashing each other for 2 hours. So in between that, they're gonna have commercials that are relative, you know, to the sport. So if people are dissecting it in you know, political or there's something wrong. They just need to relax, have a cold one, chill, relax, you know, watch the game.
Now, your commercial was like the most talked about out of any commercial that I played during the whole Super Bowl weekend. USA Today, right? They had the poll of who had the best commercial. You came in at number?
For the USA Today, number 11.
and you should have came out at number 1.
Thank you.
How did you feel about that? Because you, like, anybody else's commercials, nobody's got talked about, just yours. Everybody remembers your commercial, and then here comes somebody else coming in at number 1.
You know, I'm sure the other finalists were also, I was very nervous and scared, because here we are, amateur, you know, filmmakers going up against multi-million-dollar ad agencies and people that paid, you know, $1 million for their commercial, you know, I don't remember all the brands, you know, and to see us going against them, that was difficult. And then when I heard that I placed 11th, well, I mean, out of 63 commercials, you know, that's not bad. You know, we outdid a lot of big name ad agencies, so I was very proud for that. Then I guess the next day I found out all across the internet, all across the country, that my commercial was number 1, but then USA had us at number 11. So the mathematics was kind of off there, but hey, you know, it's their contest, their rules. You know, I'm excited just to be a part of it.
Now, will you ever submit another video for the whole Super Bowl weekend thing?
You know, yes, I sat down with my crew, and immediately afterwards, the next day, I sat down. I was sitting there in the hotel room, and I was like, wow. And as I sat there looking at, you know, MSNBC, Yahoo, YouTube, like everyone had it number 1. And then I see USA Today's like number 11. I was a bit distraught, and I'm like, I'm coming back next year.
I'm coming for the number 1 spot.
Right, yeah.
So you'll definitely submit again?
Yeah, and it's, you know, it's funny because this is my first time doing commercials. I don't do commercials.
So wait, what do you actually do?
I'm an independent filmmaker.
Okay,
I do
so you do
features and shorts.
Okay.
Comedy, suspense, thriller, that type of stuff.
Okay.
And I don't think it was a bad shot. It was just my first crack at doing the commercials, and it got this far, so it wasn't too bad.
And then for you to even, you heard about it 2 weeks before the whole contest, and then you're coming in at number 4. Like, that's dope. I mean, number 2, that's dope.
Right. It was pretty scary because, yeah, right. By the time I found out the commercial was almost coming to contest, I'm sorry, it was coming to an end for submission. So it was a really tight deadline.
So what you got coming up next?
Now we're actually fine-tuning about 4 to 5 shorts that we're doing, and we're submitting to you know, Latin film festivals, Black film festivals, all of the film festivals that we can for this year. Okay. So we have a lot of stuff that I'm hoping that all the attention I got through the whole Doritos thing, that when I submit my work, people will see, you know, if he was able to do this. I only did that for $80.
Oh, really?
Right. So now I have $25,000 to work with, and I can really put some quality behind my work.
And then were there any people that helped you put the whole commercial together that you want to give a shout out to or give thanks to?
Yes. I got a ridiculous fan base and support base from the Latin community and the African American community here, especially, you know, here in LA. Right here, Crenshaw Live really came big for me. You know, on several nights during the week, they would have like my commercial plastered through all the flat screens, and people passing out flyers. You know, the DJ was talking about it, so that was nice for the people here at Crenshaw, the Crenshaw Live family, to do that for me. There was another spot, the Aqua Lounge in Beverly Hills. You know, a gentleman there, Roland Wirt. He definitely brought like all the who's, you know, the elites of, you know, Black LA to really come and back me on that, and that was some big moves there.
Some weeks before the commercial got played on air during the Super Bowl weekend, I heard it on Steve Harvey Morning Show. How did he even hear about that?
I don't know.
Did you hear him talking about it?
You know, I don't even listen to the radio.
Oh, okay.
But I had friends calling me, telling me, you were on Steve Harvey. I was like, what? I wasn't on Steve Harvey. I don't remember being on Steve. But then I heard he was talking about it. So that was exciting.
Because I know I went immediately when I got to work, I got on the computer, like, let me see what Steve's talking about, Doritos commercial where the little boy slaps the other guy. So I checked it, and I was like, oh, this is a dope commercial. Then I got to see it during Super Bowl weekend. So you did a great job, tremendous job, and congratulations and good luck on everything else.
Thank you.